Buzz humans, marks, hipsters, trolls, bros, wrestlebays, and the rest of the relevant Rasslin family. It's me, your host and humble narrator for this evening's main event, the voice of Relevant Rasslin Productions, Joe Fortune. And this is episode 8 of Relevant Rasslin Goes Beyond. For those of you who know and those of you who don't, GRRR Goes Beyond is a podcast that exclusively covers New England-based indie promotion Beyond Wrestling and its sister promotion, Women's Wrestling Revolution. Buzz humans, how the hell are you? Like I said, this is episode 8 of GRRR Goes Beyond. Got a lot to cover on this episode. 3 shows to give you results and not necessarily my opinion on each match or reviews of each matches, but I got notes about, my general overall feeling on matches that stood out to me and the cards in general. So we got 3 cards to go over, 2 from Beyond. Actually, 1 is from Beyond, 1 is from Beyond versus Chikara, and the third one is from Women's Wrestling Revolution. And I also got a preview for you guys, the Americanrana card for $7.29. And got some merchandise to put over, some other cool news about Beyond Wrestling and their other ventures. But before we get into all that, Buzz humans, allow me to plug the social media, if you will. So make sure you check out all of that by, riding the buzz waves with us on over to our Facebook group at facebook.com/relevantrasslin, following us on Twitter and Instagram at relevantrasslin, subscribing to the Relevant Rasslin Productions YouTube channel, checking us out on Tumblr. I haven't really done much with the Twitch and Periscope accounts lately, but I do have a lot of free time coming up next week, so hopefully I can get on the ball with that. And that's only because we've been working on a lot of other projects and products, no pun intended. But yeah, for real, we're going to be launching our Big Cartel page this weekend with some really awesome zines and prints and a mixtape on there. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled on our social media for all the details on that and how you can order those things. Make sure to listen to us on Audio Boom and all other podcast platforms. We are now on iTunes, so make sure you check us out there. Leave us a 5-star review. We would love that. Send lots of buzz your way if you do that for us. Check out my Relevant Rasslin Buzz Tunes mixtape playlist on Spotify. Read our relevant reviews on our Facebook group's note page, on the Japanese Puro Ichiban WordPress page, and on falsefinish.com. And make sure to hit us up for your copy of the most interactive relevant zine on the planet, the Relevant Rag. Only a few copies of issue 2 remain. Better get to us quickly before issue 3 comes out, because that one we might be actually selling on the Big Cartel page instead of giving out. But if you contributed, we might be able to work something out for you. We are fair over here on Relevant Rasslin. But anyway, here we are once again. GRRR Goes Beyond. Enough of the putting ourselves over gimmick. Let's get right into it. First, before we do the match rundown and card rundown and all that kind of shit, I wanted to give a big shout out to, of course, the man behind the madness that is Beyond Wrestling and Women's Wrestling Revolution, Drew Cordero. If you guys don't already know, which you probably do, because you probably been there or been to it, which I haven't, unfortunately, not yet, because, of logistics and what have you. But I'm sure most of you are familiar with Drew's Food Truck Championship Melt. They do all sorts of cool gimmick grilled cheeses. They have they have expanded, and Drew has just purchased and launched a second championship melt truck. This one has really awesome graphics on the side. It's a little more brighter and vibrant than the original truck. It's bigger. It's pretty sick, so be on the lookout for that. Both championship melt trucks are out there in full force now. And congrats to Drew on food truck number 2. All right. So let's get into the first show review here. Buzz Humans, I will just go over the results for you. Got them pulled up here on cagematch.com or .net rather. First show is from 6/24 Beyond Wrestling Vitality. That took place at Melrose, Massachusetts. Let's see here. Yep, from Melrose Memorial Hall. Alright, so this one was actually not on Powerbomb TV. It was released over the course of the last month or so, match by match on YouTube. That's just how they chose to do it, because I think this was at just a different venue than usual. This one was a little weird because there were no seats. I mean, there were seats. What am I talking about? There usually are no. What I wanted to say was there usually are no seats at a Beyond show, at least not for the first. How do I want to say it? There are never seats at a Beyond show. There are usually not seats at a Beyond show, unless you're sitting in the back, which is odd for some people, right? Because usually seats are in the front, and GA standing room only is in the back. But at a Beyond show, it's a standing room in the front and seats in the back. So when you see one of their shows where it's only seats, it gets a little confusing. Just not used to it, I guess. Kind of separates the crowd from the performers, which that close, intimate atmosphere is something that has always been a draw to me, at least, from Beyond. So kind of miss out on that when they don't have that gimmick going. Kind of reminds me of the last time that they had a show like that. I think was in, let me think, Buzz Humans. Yeah, back in New Orleans at Lit Up, which was the Beyond Wrestling versus Women's Wrestling Revolution show. But that's just how, shit was set up in New Orleans. They weren't just going to change the whole arena setting just for one show, which they should have. But whatever. Enough bullshitting about that. So, no seats. And this was, like I said, released match by match on YouTube. It was also a little tough to watch with no commentary on any of the matches, but hopefully they can put like a remastered version of this on Powerbomb TV eventually. They did debut the new turnbuckle pads, which was awesome, so the ring looked a little more spiffy. Let's go through the card. So there was a dark match. We'll go through the card, and then I'll just give you guys my notes and thoughts here. That's how we're gonna do things on this episode to keep it moving. There was a dark match for the Chikara Young Lions Cup title. Cam Zagami successfully defended against Thief Ant. There was a singles match. Nick Gage defeated AR Fox. Massage Envy of Dorian Graves defeated the Throwbacks of Dasher Hatfield and Mark Angliosetti. Kimberly and Skylar defeated Jordan Grace and Penelope Ford. The Beaver Boys of Alex Reynolds and John Silver defeated American Strong of Jay Freddy and Rory Gulak in a non-title match. The Powerbomb TV Championship was not on the line. David Starr defeated Tracy Williams. The reunited Team Tremendous Investigations Inc. of Bill Carr and Dan Barry defeated Mike Verna and Rex Lawless. The ace of Beyond Wrestling, Joey Janela, that's right, I said it, with Penelope Ford, defeated Bad Bones. Wow, this is a long card, huh? Tag team match, the Gentleman's Club of Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy defeated Colt Cabana and Dick Justice. An 8-man tag team match, Team Pazuzu, Chris Dickinson, Jaka, Ortiz, and Santana defeated the Dream Team, which was comprised of Jonathan Grisham, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Stokely Hathaway, and Thomas Sharp. And in the main event, Walter defeated Josh Briggs. So yeah, about Vitality. The tag matches were okay. They they are leading up to a bigger match, which is going to happen at Americanrana, which I'll talk about later when I go over that card. There was a segment where Riddle, if you guys noticed, Matt Riddle was not on this card, but there was a segment or an angle booked where Riddle attacked Nick Gage, and that sets up a tag match for Americanrana, which we'll talk about later. There was a great non-title match. I thought that was a great non-title match between Tracy Williams and David Starr. And David Starr actually won by low blow or something. That's what I've written here. Yeah, I don't know what he did, but he did like a low blow or a eye poke, and he wound up rolling up Tracy Williams. Josh Briggs versus Walter, that was the main event. I thought that was a really good match, but it was kind of one-sided. Walter kind of beat the shit out of Josh Briggs. I don't know what they were trying to do there. I don't know if they were trying to put Walter over or I don't know. It was a little weird. I wanted to see more offense from Briggs in that match, but anyway, yeah, Joey beat Bad Bones. That guy's pretty cool. I don't really know much about him, Bad Bones. I know he does a different gimmick too. Let me click on his name here and see what his other gimmick is. John Klinger. I don't know. He's from Germany, so he probably wrestles for like WXW or something like that. Anyway, let's see. After that match, Janela declared that he will have his final death match. Now he's the WWN champion, so he's trying to get serious, I suppose. But he'll have his final death match versus David Starr at Americanrana, and it will be a no ropes barbed wire match. And The cord came out of the mic for a minute. Yeah, Wrestle Factory in Philly. Shit, bro, yet to be there, yet to go there, but I will definitely. That's on the wrestling bucket list. That and the Cauliflower Alley Club. Hit me up if you guys want to plan a trip to go to either of those. Anyway, yeah, let's start this off. This was Chikara versus Beyond. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Chikara versus Beyond matches and 2 other matches. This was part of a double shot. I don't know if this was a double shot. There might have been a Chikara show that same day. Actually, what am I talking about? There was a Women's Wrestling Revolution. That was a double shot. Oh, my bad. Wow, 3 different promotions in one day. Awesome. So anyway, like I said, this was part of the double shot of Beyond Wrestling and Chikara and Women's Wrestling Revolution. So, right, first we had a tag match between EYFBO, Angel Ortiz, and Mike Drastic of Beyond. They defeated these fucking names, Cornelius Crummels and Sonny Defarge. And that put Beyond up 1 point, obviously. The next match was Solo Darling representing Chikara against Diana Perrazzo, and Solo won that match, so that put Beyond and Chikara tied at 1-1. The next match was Chris Dickinson versus Dasher Hatfield. That was won by the Dirty Daddy, putting Beyond Wrestling up 2-1 against Chikara. Next, there was an 8-man tag match between Fire Ant, Icarus, Tony Deppen, and Travis Huckabee, who I think had recently turned heel on Solo Darling. And they defeated Green Ant, Razorhawk, Thief Ant, and Worker Ant. In a pretty cool segment, angle, whatever you want to call it, Cam Zagami came out and addressed the crowd, saying that even though this was a Chikara versus Beyond show, he really didn't care, and he was not going to be defending his Chikara Young Lions Cup title. It was at that moment that Danger Hawk, he came out. This guy is fairly new to Chikara, but he has won he did win the Infinite Gauntlet a couple months ago, which gave him an opportunity at a title shot. And he got on the mic and said that since he had the golden opportunity, or whatever they call it, in Chikara, you get 3 gold coins. You have to win 3 matches successfully, but I guess since he won that tournament, he got a set of those gold coins. So he said that he didn't necessarily have to cash them in for a tag team title match, or a whatever their regular championship title is. That he was going to cash it in right now against Cam Zagami. And lo and behold, Danger Hawk put down Cam Zagami. New Chikara Lions Cup champ. Dude, there you go. That's fucking awesome. Hopefully we will see... Well, now, I was going to say hopefully we'll see Danger Hawk in Beyond, but now that Chikara has reclaimed the Young Lions Cup, I don't know. Maybe we're not going to see that angle in Beyond anymore, but that's all right. There was a non-title match between Juan Francisco de Coronado and Jonathan Grisham. Juan defeated Grisham. This tied Chikara and Beyond at 2-2. And in the tie-breaking main event, well, it was not necessarily going to be a tiebreaker, but that's obviously how it came down to. Mark Angliosetti of Chikara defeated Tracy Williams of Beyond Wrestling. Therefore, the winners of the 2018 Clan Feuds, Chikara. Sorry, Beyond. That's just how it goes. So let's give y'all my opinions on that this card and the matches here. Solo Darling versus Deonna Purrazzo. I thought that was a very good match. I love both of them. I know Deonna is headed to NXT very soon. I'm not exactly sure if she was officially announced for the Mae Young Classic. Probably a lot of the women were. Yeah, I actually think that she was. I know that Mia Yim, Karen Q, and Deonna are all going to be in the Mae Young. If Deonna's not in the Mae Young, then she is definitely NXT bound. So either way, she will be making her presence known on the big, in New York via Florida very soon. So anyway, let's get back to my feelings on this show. Yeah, Solo Darling versus Deonna, like I said, very good. Dickinson versus Dasher Hatfield, surprisingly good. Yeah, the two main events I thought were also really great. They were very technical, and one thing, my biggest takeaway from this show was that this show, this card really highlighted another side to Chikara, that they are not just about like fun and games and all the monster and space age and strange gimmicks, all the American luchador style gimmicks. With the masks and the odd characters and the football players and the ice cream cones and the ants and all their weird characters that they have. Yeah, especially with them winning the series against Beyond, I think it showed a more serious side to Chikara, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, another great show. So let's keep it going. Alright, bro, they got this double shot going on, like I said, on 7/14 of this month, July, yes. Of course, 7/14. Shit. So, Women's Wrestling Revolution. This was a round robin style show. Well, not completely, but there was a Greatest Rivals showcase on this show. Team Adams. We're going to have a little round robin tournament that would be Deonna Purrazzo, Karen Q, and Tasha Steelz. So let's check out this card. This was, as I said, also in Philly from the Chikara Wrestle Factory. So in the first match of the Greatest Rivals round robin tournament, Deonna Purrazzo defeated Tasha Steelz. Second match on this card was a singles match. Chris Stadlander defeated Carissa Rivera. In a mixed tag team match, Robo and Samara defeated Gabby Ortiz and Leon St. Giovanni. In a singles match, Faye Jackson with Stokely Hathaway defeated Tara Calloway. Oh, guys, I also wanted to mention that Dickinson and Drew do commentary for this show, and Dickinson is fucking hysterical. So make sure you check this one out and pay attention to the commentary, because Dickinson's commentary is just fucking comedic gold. So props to the Dirty Daddy for having me laughing during this whole fucking show. Next match was the second match in the Greatest Rivals round robin tournament. Karen Q defeated Tasha Steelz, which basically eliminated Tasha from the tournament since she lost both of her matches. The next match was a sister versus sister match. Oceania defeated Delmi Exo. What I thought was kind of cool during this match was Delmi kept referring to Oceania as her old name, which, as you guys know, was Ashley Vox, since she's changed her gimmick and gone heel now and become Oceania. Yeah, Delmi just wanted her sister back, but didn't happen. Solo Darling wrestling her second solo wrestling her second match of the night. She defeated Alicia Edwards. A tag team match of Maria Manic and the Bad Girl Penelope Ford defeated Davianne and Miranda Vianette. And in the main event, Karen Q defeated Deonna Purrazzo to win the Greatest Rivals round robin tournament. So yeah, that was a pretty cool show. Round robin tournament. I enjoyed that. Yeah, props to Deonna for wrestling 3 matches in one day. Definitely getting herself ready for NXT. Yeah, this was a great show. I like this greatest rivals round robin tournament. We've seen it a couple other times before. The first one was Biff Busick, Tim Thatcher, Drew Gulak, and Eddie Edwards, and that was won by Biff Busick. And the second one was a Team Pazuzu round robin tournament, and that one was tied between Drastic and Ortiz. The first 2, like I said, featured 4 competitors. This one only featured 3 women, so you got a more clear-cut winner. But yeah, props to Karen Q. I know that's a big win for her. Yeah, she tapped out Tasha Steele very quickly, who was really selling her back from the match against Deonna. And in the match of Karen Q versus Deonna, there was a ref bump. Both girls made each other tap out, and after the ref got up, Karen rolled up Deonna and won the Greatest Rivals round robin tournament. After that, Damian Adams, is that his name, I believe? Yeah, he was the referee for the main event. He is the trainer at Team Adams. He trains a lot of female wrestlers. I know someone who debuted on the card. Maybe it was Carissa Rivera. She is also part of Team Adams. So, yeah, they all came out to celebrate and to put Karen Q over. So, yeah, great show. It was actually under 2 hours. Props to Solo and Deonna for wrestling multiple times throughout the day. Was a great double shot. Built things up for Americanrana, which we will talk about right now. I'm just going to have myself another sip of seltzer. The infamous Polar Seltzer that I'm such a big fan of that I made a weapon for the Fans Bring the Weapons match on Epion Wrestling at the New Year's Eve show. That was implemented in the main event between Janela and David Starr, and that feud will continue at Americanrana. So let's go to the Beyond website. Let me close out Cage Match here. Got too many tabs open. Don't want to click on the wrong one. Alright, so let's preview and give y'all all the info on Americanrana, which will be held at the White Eagle in Worcester, Massachusetts, Sunday, July 29th, 6 p.m. entry, 6:30 VIP entry, 7 p.m. bell time. All tickets, as I said, are sold out. Pretty sure this was a general admission only, standing room only show. So the VIP tickets probably just got you in a little earlier. Maybe they came with a food voucher or something. I'm not really sure. Drew has said that this show he can't believe how many tickets were sold for this show. So I'm thinking maybe like 500, 600 people are going to be there. So if you got VIP, I guess that helps you get a good place to stand. Because there will be no seats, as far as I know, at this show. I didn't get those VIP tickets. I got the general admission tickets, so yeah, that's where I'll be standing. And if you don't have a ticket, the only other place that you can see this show will be on powerbomb.tv. Hopefully you guys have a subscription. If you don't, there's plenty of indie promotions and t-shirt companies and shit out there that give away 20-day free trials. It's only $10 a month, and there's like 700 fucking wrestling shows on there from like 30 or 40 different promotions, so it's well worth the money. Beyond is on there, Women's Wrestling Revolution is on there, and yeah, Americanrana 2018 will be streaming live on powerbomb.tv. There will be a pre-show, actually. No matches, I don't think, anyway, because like I said, VIP entries at 6, but there will be a pre-show with the one Miss Alicia Atout from a wrestling blog, and Impact Wrestling. She'll be interviewing the talent and hyping up the show. So that will be live on powerbomb.tv at 5 p.m. Like I said, me and my pops will be there. We'll probably be getting up there a little early, looking for some grub. Hey, weed is legal in Massachusetts, right? So we'll be smoking, drinking, grubbing out before the show and during intermission, and probably during the show. It's just going to be one big party. We'll be there, the Relevant Rasslin crew, me and my pops. We'll be partying with the Suck Me crew. So let's get right into it, Buzz Humans. Let's go over the card. I'm really fucking hyped for this one. Biggest Beyond Wrestling show yet, which says a lot for them. And I guess these shows are going to be, or this show is going to be even bigger than, or at least maybe will draw attendance wise even more than their shows did over Mania weekend the past couple of years, which I know weren't, I went to both of them, but they weren't highly attended so much because I don't know, there's just a lot of shit going on during Mania weekend, and yeah, this is gonna be the biggest show that Beyond has done yet. So let's, like I said, go right over the card. We have Beaver Boys versus Gentlemen's Club versus Massage Force. Ooh, no longer Massage Envy versus Team Tremendous. We have Team Pazuzu of Chris Dickinson, Jaka, Ortiz, and Santana, or at least in this case, Adrastic and Santana, versus Team Women's Wrestling Revolution, which will be represented by Mia Yim, Jordan Grace, Kimberly, and Skylar. That should be a banger. We got Women's Wrestling Revolution versus Beyond there. Throwing it back to Lit Up. The Women's Wrestling Revolution versus Beyond Wrestling show from this year's WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans. We have Jonathan Gresham versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Unfortunately, Maxwell was injured at a show a couple weeks ago. He's got an ankle injury, so he has to miss a few weeks while he recovers from that. And unfortunately, he had to pull himself off of this card. So Gresham will still be having a match. We don't know who Stokely Hathaway has picked to be MJF's replacement. Beyond Wrestling Twitter did ask who would we like to see replace MJF. Some names that I thought of would be cool, since I see that they've been working a lot of indies recently, or at least I saw them on one card, would be maybe D'Lo Brown or Val Venus. Maybe something funny, like a Falaba. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll just be Thomas Sharp, or maybe it'll be Stokely himself. I don't know. But hopefully it'll be a big surprise. And we'll get, a really cool match. There will be a Powerbomb.tv Independent Wrestling Championship match as Tracy Williams defends against Wheeler Yuta in a match pitting MMA versus Hardcore. The bro, Matt Riddle, who I'm sure you guys have heard the rumors is NXT/WWE bound, and Tom Lawler, Filthy Tom Lawler, versus Nick fucking Gage, MDK all fucking day, and Matt Tremont of the new, they are collectively calling themselves the New Hate Club. And we just want to say, Matt Tremont, we know the rumors are true. As he's announced it, Matt's going to be retiring soon, and we just want to send a lot of love, buzz, good luck in all your future projects. We know he's going to be focusing on his indie promotion, H2O Wrestling, and his wrestling collectible shop. Maybe some other projects. I'm hoping maybe a documentary. We'll see. Father Matt, Bulldozer, thank you for all you've done for, hardcore, deathmatch, and technical wrestling. You can do it all. I've seen him do it all, and we're losing a great competitor, but I think Matt's got some plans down the road to really help give back to the business. So looking forward to this one. Going to be one of Matt's last matches. In the West Coast version of him versus the East Coast version of him, Brody King will be facing Josh Briggs. Very similar styles, very similar gimmicks, both hard hitting, occultish, punk rock, metalhead, D-beat, brawlers, bruisers, big tall motherfuckers. This is going to be a banger, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. This is Brody King's debut in Beyond Wrestling. Somewhat of an indie dream match. Speaking of indie dream matches, this whole fucking card is like an indie dream match. Well done, Drew Cordero, you sick bastard. We got PCO, he is not human, Pierre Carl Ole versus he is not a man but a machine, Brian Cage. I've seen PCO tear it up on the indies a bunch of times this year. I have not seen Cage live yet. There was a Beyond show I was supposed to see him at sometime this year, and I don't know, for whatever reason he wound up not being there. This is gonna be a fucking banger. I listened to PCO on Robbie E's podcast recently, Why It Ended. Very intelligent guy, never gave up on his dreams of wrestling. He's been killing it all over the world over the past couple of years with a lot of sick indie bookings, wrestling just about everyone. Guys in the Battle of Los Angeles this year. So, props to PCO. This is going to be a banger and a Haas fight. And this main event, Jesus, I got a lot to say about this, but I want to keep it kind of brief. Drew, first of all, you're a sick motherfucker. I didn't think you could top the Fans Bring the Weapons match from New Year's Eve, but you did, and I love you for it. I ain't mad at you, bro. This is gonna be a wild one. Joey and David, you're sickos. You beat the shit out of each other on New Year's Eve, and I guess you did need about 8 months of recuperation from that to do it again, but no rope barbed wire match. Wow. I have it on good authority that the Game Changer Wrestling crew will be up from Jersey to help with setting up the barbed wire so that will be done as safely as possible. Listen to me, setting up the barbed wire for a match as safely as possible. We'll see. Fuck yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be a bloody one. Um, I'm really looking forward to this. I love Janela. Um, you know, doesn't really matter how I feel about David Starr's personal and political views. I respect him as an in-ring performer, and that he's willing to put his body on the line in a match like this. About 15 years ago, my dad and we had just started getting into Ring of Honor, and there was a match which I'm sure a lot of you out there will remember between Homicide and Steve Corino in Massachusetts. It might have been in Worcester too. War of the Wire 1, which was very fucking brutal. We went to that. So it was only right that 15 years later, in the same state, there will be a no rope barbed wire match, and yeah, me and my pops had to cop tickets for this one. You know, we were at the ROH one 15 years ago. We will be at the Beyond barbed wire match this year, and shit, if there is another barbed wire match in Massachusetts 15 years from now, we'll probably be at that one too, God willing, right? Shit, Buzz Humans, fuck man, this is gonna be a brutal blow off to almost 2-year feud. You know, you guys know Beyond Wrestling doesn't have any title belts, but they do, you know, the guys and the gals do compete for the right to call themselves the ace of the company. Joey and David both can make that claim, and this match is going to decide it all. I don't know how they're going to pull this off, because these matches are so dangerous. I always think of the ECW one between Sabu and Terry Funk. I hope they can do this as safely as possible, for the fans, for our safety and the safety of the competitors. The one thing or two things that I can say that we can do as fans is, I know one of the gimmicks for Beyond is that there are no seats and we all get to stand up around the ring. But let's give them the space they need, so they don't get hurt any more than they have planned, and we don't get hurt. Let's not bang on the ring too much during this one if we're asked to stand back. Let's definitely not grab the barbed wire. Let's be aware of the fact that there's going to be a lot of blood, so don't wear any clothes or shirts, sick one-time only printed shirts that are going to get blood on them. It's very possible that they may, I don't know if they're going to battle into the crowd, because it is a no ropes barbed wire match. Someone could get thrown through the barbed wire to the outside. So just be careful and be conscious of them. Give them the space they need, and just keep your distance, stand back, and enjoy the spectacle that is the no rope barbed wire match. This is gonna be a fucking killer. Jeez, man. Yeah, Buzz Humans, we are looking forward to this one. It just leaves me in awe sometimes, what these wrestlers are willing to do for our entertainment. So let's have a fucking good time on Sunday. I will be partying it out with the Suck Me crew. Me and my pops. Well, I guess we're gonna induct my pops into the Suck Me crew. I don't know what that means. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's have a great fucking time partying, enjoying, and supporting women's and men's and independent wrestling. Yeah, speaking of Suck Me crew, they have a brand new enamel pin that they will be releasing on Sunday. A little black and white Suck Me Crew logo pin. I'll probably be rocking my Suck Me Crew hat that I got from them in New Orleans during Mania Week. They'll be selling those pins for $8, and you can get a pin and a Suck Me Crew shirt combo for $25. Speaking of pins, Retro AG Anthony Green has a new pin out in collaboration with Chris Silva from Stash Pages. I do not believe that Anthony will be at this show since he's not booked. I don't think he'll be there selling his stuff, so you're gonna have to look online on his Instagram for that, or try to catch him at a different show. Speaking of Stash Pages, Chris is also I gotta put him over as always. This guy's just a a wealth. What am I saying? What do I want to say? Like, he is rich with ideas, and a fountain of ideas when it comes to classic and retro and unique throwback merchandise that celebrates independent and Japanese wrestling. This time Chris has released an awesome FMW set of items. He has released a Team No Respect t-shirt with their skull logo. He's got two different versions of that. Black shirt with white print or yellow shirt with black print. First 25 of you to order that shirt get a free FMW Team No Respect replica poster, but you could also order that poster for $10 on his my Shopify page. He's also got, like I said, the shirts on there, $22 each. And one of the coolest pieces of merchandise that I have seen lately, he's got these really awesome FMW logo flags on there, the FMW logo banner flags. The old school FMW yellow, blue, and red logo. This is on a black polyester flag. It's got a grommet in each corner, so you can hang it up however you so choose. They are 3 feet wide and 2 feet tall. These are awesome. They're on black polyester, like I said. So check that out, guys. There's just so much cool merchandise and t-shirts out there. We're all working so hard on stuff, like I said. Relevant Wrestling launching our pro shop this weekend on Big Cartel. Lots of cool shit out there from Hardway, Dismantle, Cheap Pop Shot, Kick Out at One, Matt Botvin. So many cool zines out there. We're working on zines. We have some new zines that'll be on our Big Cartel page. We're working on Relevant Rag 3. I just got a cool zine in the mail from Hot Tag. The Hot Tag Review number 2, I think this is number 2 or number 3. This one's got the Miz on it. The Miz on Talking Smack. Got 2 cool zines from Soda Killers. I got a cool comic from Blake R. Sims. His Retro Slam Jam comic, the first one in that series. Got Sammy Callahan's Wrestling Revolver comic. Just a lot of cool shit coming out, guys. Stickers, pins, patches. There's so many people that I'm probably forgetting. Puro Travel, Cheap Pop Shop. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. There's just so much cool shit out there. Just keep an eye on it. So many independent artists and craftsmen and women out there working on just creating items that we can sell and trade with each other, and just help support and give back to this crazy wrestling community that has gotten us through so much, and help to foster so many awesome relationships. So Buzz Humans, that about brings us to the end of RRR Goes Beyond episode 8. I gotta hop to the editing. I gotta edit this, and couple other things before I get ready for Americanrana 2018 on Sunday. Once again, Buzzhumans, let's shout out some friends and give some thank yous before we plug the social media. Lots of love to my Relevant Rasslin crew and Buzz. To y'all, Tim, Chris, Jake, Dan, Jeremy, and all the rest of you sick motherfuckers in the RR crew. Tyler, I see you too, brother. Mike Danzy, where are you, bruh? We miss you. Yes, big shout outs to our friends Austin and Bob and the IcoPod podcast, False Finish Productions, and Spot Monkey Radio. Thank you guys for allowing us to be part of your family and allowing me to be a co-host on Spot Monkey Radio and putting our reviews on your website. Check out Super Kicking It with Kelsey and Two-Faced Podcast with Kelsey and Paul. Shout outs to the Heel Marks, Lucha Outsiders, Doing the Job podcast, Mr. Hudson Valley Wrestling Alliance himself, soon to be Mr. Southern Wrestling, Tenacious Tyler, the Suck Me crew. I'll see you motherfuckers on Sunday, and I will try to bring what you told me. I don't want to get any heat for that gimmick, but fuck it. You know what I'm talking about. Suck Me crew. Hope you had a good time tonight at POD and Buckcherry and you didn't take too many face bumps. Everyone who has helped me out with the Relevant Rag, lots and lots of contributions for our biggest issue yet, which will be issue 3. That will hit the Buzzwaves sometime around August 15th, just in time for a SummerSlam weekend. Yeah, that about wraps it up. Buzzhumans, kayfabe may be dead, but originality and diversity are not. Relevant Rasslin Productions, it's always relevant to us, damn it. See ya in the pit. See ya at Americanrana 18. Buzzhumans, Joe Fortune out. Peace.